welcome you into Pete Matthews Coliseum here in Jacksonville, Alabama. It's been a long month for Jack State since their last home game back on November 20th, but here we are, December 17th, finally back in the friendly confines and getting set for a big non-conference matchup as the Gamecocks are ready to host the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers out of the Sun Belt Conference. Jack State 3-6 on the year. Tough back-to-back losses going on the road on the 3rd of this month at Samford, losing by 14. And then, of course, back on Monday in Charleston, losing to the College of Charleston, 69-58, led by as many as 22 in the second half before a tough collapse. They're looking to put that behind them quickly and try to knock off a good Chanticleers team that comes in 5-5 with some key Division I wins already under their belt this year. Jack State led by 11th-year head coach Rick Petrie, and for Coastal Carolina, second-year head coach Kevin Patterson. But Patterson, a longtime leader, had plenty of success at the Division II level before getting the jump to Conway, South Carolina a couple years ago and taking the head job at CCU. 5th all-time meeting between the Chanticleers and the Gamecocks. Last meeting, though, was in the 2000-2001 season in Conway. Series tied 2 games apiece. The only previous game here in Jacksonville was on November 21st, 1998. Jack State won that one 72-62. Starters being announced for either side. And we'll start out with the Chanticleers. Tiara Abron getting the start. Next up, Delana Carter. Carter 7.2 points, nearly 4 rebounds per game. Michaela Kanje, second on the team in scoring, 13.2 points and 7.3 rebounds, first in rebounding. Zaria Hurston after her, and then Alancia Ramsey rounding out the starting lineup for Coastal Carolina, making the trip about 6 hours or so from the Palmetto State to come play today in Calhoun County. And the lights go dark as we have the hype video being played here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Thank everybody for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Looking forward to a good test. The Gamecocks with only 1 win against a Division I foe this year. That was back on the 30th of November at Alabama State, 74-53. Undefeated at home, though, 2-0 with wins over Alabama Huntsville and Life University back in mid-November. Against Division I competition, Jack State is 1-6 this season. As for Coastal Carolina, again, they come in 5-5. Split matchups last week, including a loss on the road in Tuscaloosa. They are a tough team, a tall team, and to hear it from head coach Rick Petrie, a very physical team, and that's something that he has been worried about this week when trying to get the squad ready in practice to go up against a competitive Chanticleers team.
From Birmingham, number 4, Kiara Griffin.
And you hear the man, Patrick Williams on PA. Kiara Griffin getting the start again. In total, her 93rd start for Jack State. Elsie Harris after her, the redshirt junior from Mobile, has come along strong this year, 6 points per game.
Number 13, Crystal
Ison after her, the JUCO transfer, has gotten better and better this year. The team's leading scorer with 9 points per game. Brooklyn McDaniel back in the starting lineup. The sophomore forward from Heflin has had a productive start to the year.
Number 35, Asia Barkley.
And Asia Barkley getting her first start as a Gamecock, getting start in place of the usual starter, Brianna Rhodes. We'll talk more about that situation with Bree throughout this broadcast. Asia Barkley has played in 8 games this season, averaging 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. She's had some memorable performances and looking for another one of those in her first start as a Gamecock. Remember, the last time she played here at the Pete, went for a career-high 11 points and 10 rebounds, the only double-double of the season so far for the red and white. Speaking of those colors, Jack State wearing their home white unis with the stacked Jack State logo on the front in red letters with black trim, red numbers in black trim, and red stripes down the side. Coastal Carolina wearing their teal road unis with Coastal on the front in white letters and numbers. It's teal shorts as well, very similar to their football stadium. The turf out there in Conway, if you happen to see the Myrtle Beach Bowl yesterday that was played before Jack State's New Orleans Bowl. Jumping at the line for the Gamecocks will be Asia Barkley, again in her first career start. And jumping for the Chanticleers will be Alancia Ramsey. Now time called as both sides head back to their respective benches. I think the clock got started early, so we're going to get that taken care of. Ramsey, a 6-foot freshman from Delray Beach, Florida, will be jumping at the line against Jacksonville State 6-foot junior Asia Barkley. Decent crowd on this Sunday. Of course, I mean, we didn't expect a massive crowd because there's still quite a bit of Jack State faithful in the Bayou State, still celebrating that win last night over Louisiana in overtime on the gridiron. And of course, a lot of students have already made the trip back home as it is officially Christmas break, the first of 3 home games for the women's squad over Christmas break. And now the players back out there. Barkley and Ramsey at the line. The ball in the air in the opening tip, won by the Gamecocks. Barkley fell down and tipped it to Elsie Harris, who races down the floor and takes it to the corner. Now she'll back it up and start the play. To Barkley it goes left side. Now a handoff to Brooklyn McDaniel. Over to Kiera Griffin, wide open on the wing. 3! Kiera was wide open for a solid 3 seconds. Finally, Brooklyn found her, give her the assist, and it's 3-0 Jack State. Over to the Chanticleers, looking for a quick response with Aberin, gives off to Ramsey, and the freshman banks it in off the backboard. Aberin, a junior from Senatobia, Mississippi, found the open teammate underneath to make it a 1-point game, 3-2. Elsie Harris attacks right side, and she is fouled. First stoppage of play in this game, and it's a foul against Delana Carter. Delana Carter, excuse me. Carter, speedy guard, and another freshman on this young Chanticleers team, freshman from Beach City, Texas. That sends Elsie to the free throw line for the first time in this game. Elsie at the line this season, 11 of 13, make that 12 of 14. It's up and in to make it 4-2. Harris, a transfer from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Spent 3 years there, including her COVID year. She'll have 2 years here in Jacksonville as she hits both of them. And it's back to a 3-point difference, 5-2. Jack State had a quick start on the road in South Carolina last week, or earlier this week, I should say, against the Cougars, and looking for a hot start against another Palmetto State team here as they give it to Ramsey down low. She loses her footing, and it'll be a jump ball that keeps it with CCU. Ramsey tumbled over in the paint that time and was able to hang on to it. I think it was Asia Barkley that got her hands on it to force the jump. Carter, the freshman, passing it at the baseline, gives it off underneath, and the layup is missed. Had an open look that time with Kanji. Kanji couldn't hit it. Brooklyn McDaniel drives, left side layup, rolls in. Sophomore from nearby Cleburne County High School gives Jack State a 5-point advantage, 7-2. Feels so good to be back at home after 4 straight on the road. Aberin has it. Mississippi native gives over to Carter on the wing. She'll take it just inside the arc, now set up shop straight away. Bounces toward the free throw line to Ramsey. She'll try a jumper from there, and it's in and out. Caught by Kiera Griffin, just a few feet away from the rim. Kiera takes it coast to coast. She'll stop at the edge of the lane. Spin around jumper, falls well short and rebounded by Coastal. Ramsey gets the board that time and passes ahead to Carter. Carter jogs down the floor, gives to an open Aberin for 3, and that one's off the backboard, airballed, rebounded by Asia Barkley. Over to Elsie Harris in transition, layup, didn't get the right angle that time. Might have rushed a shot on that possession. It's still 7-2, 7:40 to go here in the first period. Jack State on top. Carter goes down low, it's intercepted, and a foul. So that was about as bad as it could have been for the Chanticleers. It's also an offensive foul by Conjay, the graduate from Douglasville, Georgia. Got an elbow into Kiara Griffin, who ended up being the recipient of that pass anyway. Second team foul on the Chanticleers and make it a quick third as Delana Carter crashes in to Elsie Harris as she takes it past the timeline. And Pedersen, the head coach, wanting an explanation on that call as some subs come in. Kanji checks out along with Carter. Looks like tall number 20, Riley Stack, the 6'4" freshman center, comes in, as does Aaron Freeman, the junior guard out of Little Rock. Inbounds pass goes to Harris. The floor general quickly passes it left wing to Brooklyn McDaniel. Sophomore had a three if she wants it, didn't take it. Instead, she passes off to Barkley. And an errant pass to Eisen, who hangs on to it. Crystal looking to create separation, goes down low to Barkley, lost it. It was tipped out of her hands by McDaniel, and it rolls out of bounds. Poor possession by the Gamecocks that time around. With 7:08 to go in the first period, it is 7-2, Jack State. Looking to add to this advantage. It's Hurston on the left wing. Takes it in the lane, lost it, picks it back up, has to pass it away. Gives it to Abram on the left side. Abram goes to the right, standing on the Gamecock logo. Down low to Stack, 4 on the clock, layup off the rim. Freshman misses her first shot, rebounded by Crystal Eisen. The Tacoma, Washington native drives down low, floater, too much on it, but it works as a pass to Asia Barkley, who caught it midair. In the corner to Eisen again. Shot clock at 15, loops around, fakes a shot, passes it to Barkley. Off her hands, over to Eisen, now outside, Griffin a three, off the iron. And Coastal Carolina gets it again. Good job boxing out that time by number 23, Zaria Hurston, sophomore from Atlanta. Hurston stops at the right wing. Driving against McDaniel, dribbles it off Brooklyn's head and out of bounds. It will stay with the Chanticleers. She leapt in the air that time, and it looked like it went off of Brooklyn's forehead. When they say use your head, I don't think that's what they mean. As a couple more subs check in for Jack State, it's going to be the senior Madison McCoy. Didn't see the number for Coastal Carolina. It might be Deaja Richardson, the graduate guard, who surprisingly did not get the start. I'm not sure she's dealing with an injury or what. But she has put up crazy numbers this season. Abram on the left side, McCoy in her face, tries a three. It's off the backboard, rather that was Eisen defending. Picked up by Barkley, and now it's a 5-on-3, 2 defenders down. Elsie takes it herself, kicks in the corner, now to Maddie McCoy. And the defenders catch up. Maddie drives and loses it out of bounds, but a foul called first. First foul on Ramsey, the 4th team foul, and we're not even at the media timeout in the first period. 5:37 to go. They'll say that it was a foul on the floor, not a shooting foul, so Elsie will toss it in for the Gamecocks. Gives in the corner to Eisen, now to McDaniel. Around the horn they go to Elsie, tipped and stolen. A route jumped by Freeman, open layup on the other end is good. Aaron Freeman wide open that time to steal and score to make it 7-4. Just read that route perfectly. It's the same play Jack State's been running for years. Finally, somebody reads it. Brooklyn McDaniel loops around in the lane, and a travel is called. A lot of contact that time as she was going up against Alancia Ramsey, but nothing called. With 5:14 to go in the first, it's a one-possession game, 7-4. Riley Stack, the 6'4" freshman center from Marin, South Carolina, walks it to the left wing. They'll give her right side to Freeman, who just hit a layup. She'll try a three, and it's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Coastal, though. Was tipped by McCoy. Richardson gets it, heaves a three, and ties the ball game. That is how dangerous Deasia Richardson is. Team's leader in points per game strikes again, her first of the matchup, and it's 7-all. 5-0 run over the last minute or so of game time for the Chanticleers. Here's McCoy in the lane, layup won't go, rebounded by Barkley, put back, twirls in there. Asia Barkley, first points of the day, puts Jack State on top, 9-7. Freeman almost had it knocked away by Brooklyn McDaniel. She'll give to Ramsey and a handoff top of the key to Abram. Back outside, Freeman a three for the lead, good. And Coastal's on top for the first time, 10-9. 4:03 to go in the first quarter. Chanticleers lead. Gamecocks trying for a response. Crystal Asen will drive, layup off the rim. Try to lay it in off the backboard, no dice. In transition, the Chanticleers will throw it out of bounds off of Elsie Harris, and that'll take us to the media timeout. 3:47 to go in the first. Coastal leads Jack State 10-9. So we come back from the media timeout. The adjustment should be pretty clear for Jack State. They should be stressing ball security right now. 3 turnovers resulting in 5 points in the first 6 minutes and change for the Chanticleers. They lead it 10-9 here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Logan Maddox with you on this Sunday afternoon in Jacksonville, Alabama. Now this game was originally scheduled to be played yesterday on the 16th of December, but of course with the bowl game being played in New Orleans around the same time, both sides, football and basketball, talked it out and agreed to move the game back a day. So that's what's brought the Chanticleers here to Jacksonville on a Sunday. They'll have the ball after a pass went off of Elsie Harris out of bounds. They give it in quickly to Richardson. Will dribble it around, give to Aaron Freeman, who lays it up and in. Freeman with a good start to this game. She's got 10 points. After that layup, makes it 12-9, and then a turnover at midcourt will give it right back to the Chanticleers. They have hit their last 4 shots, battling back from a 7-2 deficit to lead now 12-9. Head coach Rick Petrie of the Gamecocks looking for win number 163 in Jacksonville. A win today would give him win 383 of his career. Pass outside, a long ball. It's off the back of the rim for Coastal and rebounded by Samaya Steele of Jacksonville State. Shot was missed by number 21, Kanjay. Steele checking in, the sophomore from Hazel Green High School is pressured on the right wing, gives inside to Brianna Rhodes, who drives and banks it in off the glass. Mentioned that Bree would not get the start today. She's been battling a left knee injury this week, something that she sustained in Charleston. As a 3-ball is off the mark from the Chanticleers, rebounded by Rhodes. Bree may not be 100%, but she's playing like it right now. Another layup. This one's blocked by her. Ball on the floor, and Coastal will get it. Call timeout as Conjay fully extended in the paint that time to hang on to it. Time was called by Pedersen immediately with 2:39 to go. It's a 1-point game, 12-11. 2:39 and ticking here in the first before that timeout was called. We'll come back in just a moment on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Chanticleer basketball as we come back to play here at Pete Matthews Coliseum in Jacksonville. They lead it 12-11 over the red and white. They pass it to Zaria Hurston on the left wing. She'll drive it to the right side. Layup goes in. Count the basket. And a foul. A shot over Kiera Griffin. Instead, that foul is going to go against Brianna Rhodes. First on Bree. First team foul of the game for Jack State. And it sends Hurston to the line for a chance for a 3-point play. It's 14-11, trying to make it a 2-possession ball game here. Hurston at the line this season, just 5 of 14, shooting 36%. And it's off to the right, bricked off the rim. Rebound goes to Griffin. Jasmine Spencer checked in at the last break. What a game she had on Monday against the Cougars. She'll pass it to Brianna Rhodes, now to Kiera Griffin. Kiera looking for a passer, gives it to McDaniel. Euro step around the defender and a beautiful finish. McDaniel, nice move to get around. I think that was Richardson. Ball on the floor on the other end. Coastal stays with it. They passed it to Hurston, and she's fouled by Kiera. 2 more free throws coming up for Zaria Hurston. Hurston, a 5'10" sophomore from Decatur, Georgia. Made 5 of her first 15 free throws this season. Typically a player that's come off the bench for the Chanticleers, but a valuable role piece at that forward slot. She misses the first one. Best they can hope for is a 2-point lead at the line here. Hurston got the start today. She's got 2 points, but 0 for 2 at the line. The second free throw from the second-year Chanticleer. In and out. Rebound taken by McDaniel, and she dropped it. Stolen by Coastal and right back to the Gamecocks. Samaya Steele then dribbles behind her back and loses it. Aaron Freeman wide open layup. Good to bad to good to bad for Jack State that time around. It's 16-13 Coastal Carolina, and they are pressing as Jack State tries to bring it up the floor. Brianna Rhodes heaves it down the court to Jazz Spencer. Outlet pass to Brooklyn McDaniel. She finishes a layup again, 4 points for Brooke, and it's 16-15. Correction, now up to 6 points is Brooklyn. 1 point difference with just over a minute to play in the first. And another chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Coastal. Deasia Richardson driving against McDaniel. Brooklyn called for the foul as she obstructed her at the end of the shot. Coastal has figured it out over the last few minutes on offense, hitting 7 of their last 9. Richardson trying to make it a 4-point game, and she will. The graduate guard from Kernersville, North Carolina. 19-15. Chanticleer's pressing once again. It's Kiera Griffin. She's got Richardson right on her, and she throws it to a Chanticleer. Back to Kiera in the backcourt, and that's 10. A 10-second violation gives it back to the Chanticleers with 1:03 to go. As Madison McCoy comes in for Jacksonville State, giving Griffin a breather. Petrie said it in pregame and something he mentioned to the team all week. This is a physical Coastal Carolina squad. Got to be ready to bring it if you want to beat them. And they showed it early here in the first with that press on the inbounds. Give it off to Freeman, layup missed. They get the rebound initially, but then it falls to Madison McCoy. Samaya Steele down the floor. Jasmine Spencer a three, way too much on it. And back to the Chanticleers. Aaron Freeman races down the floor. Man, she's fast. Shot in traffic, good, and another foul. This is incredible. That is either the third or fourth shot that they've made through a foul. It's 21-15, and Aaron Freeman heads to the line. She's got 9 points. Chance to reach double digits just in the first with this free throw. Freeman 27 of 36 at the line this year. That's 75%. The junior guard from the Natural State ties her shoes. Now she's good to go. Fans making noise here at the Pete on the free throw. Takes her time, and it is true. A 7-point lead for Coastal, 22-15. McCoy to McDaniel, down the floor to Samaya Steele. Breaks the press, has an open lane, gives outside Jazz Spencer a tray. Boom! Jasmine Spencer hit 5 of them in the second period on Monday. Had 17 points at College of Charleston. She gets her first points of the day here. And it is 22-18. As the defense chant breaks out here at the Pete. Richardson gives to Freeman. Pass back to DeAsia in the corner. 3 ball, got it. Beats the buzzer, and it's a 7-point lead for Coastal through the end of one. Chanticleers shoot 56% from the field. They hit something like 10 of their last 12. And they lead it by 7 at the break, 25-18. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Jacksonville State basketball as we come back to play in the second period. Jack State trailing Coastal 25-18. And a three-pointer right away from Rachel Johnson is just a bit short. Offensive board, though, by Brianna Rhodes. Bree, the junior from Montgomery, drives inside, tries a floater that just misses off the rim. It's rebounded by the Chanticleers. Number 32, the freshman Ramsey, coming down with it. Gives it off to Aaron Freeman, who passes the timeline. Aaron has been impressive so far in this game. 12 points in the first period. They go down low, give two more to the Chanticleers. That's Michaela Kanje, the graduate from the Peach State, to make it a 9-point lead for Coastal. This is a Coastal Carolina team that lost in overtime a couple weeks ago to College of Charleston. Head coach Rick Petrie said, you know, you can understand they're a quality team just by looking at the teams they've played and how they performed. Rachel Johnson puts up an awkward layup, but it hits off the side of the rim and goes in. 27-20, first points of the period for Jack State. Coming about a minute and change in. Kanje bounces to Ramsey at the elbow, long jumper, and that one won't go. Samaya Steele collects it. Alabama State transfer, bounces ahead to Eisen. Dekes out a defender, gives in the corner, a three for Maddie. Got it! Madison McCoy knocks down her fourth three of the season, and it's 27-23. Still a two-possession game here as Richardson gives over to Ramsey. Back to Deasia Richardson, who drives against Eisen. Layup, no good. Crystal Wright on her defensively. Nothing called that time. They give ahead to Eisen, who dribbles around the baseline, gives to a cutting Bree Rhodes, and missed the wide open layup. Back to the Chanticleers, down the floor to Richardson, a three off the back of the iron, and over to Steele once again. Samaya jumps in the lane, tries a runner, and it's good off the backboard. Back-to-back baskets for the Gamecocks, and it's 27-25. Two-point game, 7:20 to go until halftime. Kanje straight away. Posting up against McCoy. She'll stop, give outside. Back down low to Kanje, and a pass that goes too far from Anaya Barney. The redshirt sophomore from Cedar Falls, Iowa, put it too far down low, and she'll check out. And timeout taken on the floor. 7:08 to go until halftime. Jacksonville State now trails just 27-25. Gamecock basketball out of the timeout. Madison McCoy, the passer. And the Chanticleers are pressing. They've got Samaya Steele in the corner. She'll bring it up the floor, though. Way down the floor to Eisen. To Johnson, now to Barkley, and we're tied up. Some solid team play that time by Jack State, and it's a 27-all ball game. Back to Coastal. Led by as many as 9 to start this period, but a 9-0 run for Jack State. Jumper falls a bit short from Abram, rebounded by the Gamecocks. Coastal tipped it out of bounds off of Madison McCoy, however, and it will go back to the teal and white instead of the red and white. Gamecocks looking for what would be their 3rd all-time win over Coastal Carolina, would be their 1st this millennium, as the inbounds pass is stolen. Asia Barkley tips it away, but then Madison McCoy is tripped up walking down the far side and just loses it out of bounds. It was a great play just to get the ball if you're Jack State, but Madison, I think, hit her ankles together or something. You don't see that every day, and she's cracking up as she walks away from the plate. Goes to Coastal, and Michaela Kanji loses it out of bounds. It was a good pass that time from Richardson. Just couldn't haul it in. Sails out of bounds. Again, you're seeing Coastal press on the inbound. Samaya Steele gives to McCoy. Madison midway down the floor, trying to get around Aaron Freeman, and she will. At half court, passed it. Takes it all the way to the hoop and lost it, but a foul is called. That'll go against Kanjay, and the Gamecocks won't argue it. But I've seen worse not be called a foul, is all I'll say. Again, we'll take it as Madison drove right into the heart of that Chanticleer defense. Madison McCoy will head to the charity stripe for Jack State. Senior out of Knoxville, Tennessee. 5 of 7 at the line this season. She's already knocked down a 3 today. First one up and in. And the Gamecocks are back on top for the first time in a minute. It's been a while since they led here in the first half, and they'll lead by just 1 as the second one is missed and rebounded by CCU. Hurston got it, over to Aaron Freeman, drives to the baseline, she's pressured. Gives off to Ramsey, the freshman, now to Hurston. Sophomore from Decatur, Georgia, gives to Freeman on the right side. Hard defense by Eisen, has to pass it away. Hurston drives, she's double teamed, spin around jumper, falls well short. It's an offensive rebound though for Coastal. The putback won't go, another putback is missed, and finally Asia Barkley boxes out and gets a rebound. Over to Crystal Eisen. This defense is all in your face right now for Coastal. Samaya still takes it to the far side corner, gives it to the opposite corner to McCoy. 15 on the shot clock. They go to the baseline. It's Asia Barkley. She'll spin, knocks a defender down, open layup goes in.
Asia Barkley.
How about a 12-0 run for Jacksonville State, 30-27. Coastal back with the ball. Zaria Hurston long 2 off the back of the rim, and a foul going for the board on Coastal. Asia Barkley hit to the floor hard by Alancia Ramsey. Showing that replay of the made bucket by Barkley. Her and Ramsey have been battling in the paint, and Ramsey checks out. Coming in instead for Coastal Carolina is going to be number 31, Ari Belinga, junior from Sandy Creek High School in Georgia. Some shine time for Jackson Millender, the student manager, who comes out and wipes up some perspiration as we head to an official timeout. 5:04 to go in the first half. Jack State a 12-0 run. They now lead it 30-27. We're back with you out of the timeout. It was an official timeout so they could look at that foul that was called on Alancia Ramsey to see if it was a common foul. That is the rule, so it will just be Jacksonville State basketball as they toss it in at the baseline. Didn't notice any intent or anything on the foul. Just an accidental bump as she was trying to make a play. So Jack State will get it back up by 3. So we're officially into the second half of period number 2. Asia Barkley, a 3 over to Rachel Johnson. A line drive shot, but it finds nylon. 33-27, just like that. Make it a 15-0 run over the last 4 minutes. Coastal gives it to Richardson on the left wing. The tall, lanky guard flanks it to Abram. To the right side, they go to Freeman. Looking for anything, they go down low and they throw it out of bounds. You'll get nothing, that's out. As we look back at the shot from Rachel Johnson, another assist over to Asia Barkley on her record. Big tray from the graduate guard from Georgia Southern. Barkley hands it off to Eisen, lost it, gets it back. Crystal around 2 defenders, passes back out, and it's stolen. Great play by Erin Freeman. Hustles down the right side. She'll stop in front of the Gamecock bench. Lobs it top of the key to Hurston. Left side, Abram has enough room for a 3. Instead, she'll drive against Samaya Steele. Layup partially blocked, and they'll call a shooting foul on Samaya. Sends Coastal Carolina to the free throw line as they try to end a 15-0 scoring run and end a 5-minute scoreless drought. Abram 9 of 14 at the line this season. Has no points in this game. Her first trip to the line, though, for again the junior out of Senatobia, Mississippi. An important distinction, by the way, if you've been listening, you might have already noticed it. Unlike Jacksonville State school paper, the Chanticleer, Coastal Carolina are the Chanticleers. Spelled the same, it's the same thing. They're, commonly mocked by Sunbelt foes as the beach chickens. I mean, they're a chicken. They just pronounce it differently. First one good, second one good. 2 for 2 at the line is Abram. It's 33-29. Gamecocks trying to get around this press. Madison McCoy finds success again right down the middle. Takes it all the way. Shot off the rim. Rebounded by Brianna Rhodes. Put back off the iron. And finally pulled down by Balinga. Chanticleers get it. Big screen set for Erin Freeman. A moving screen, nothing called. Ball on the floor. Freeman gets it back. Tipped by Rachel Johnson. They'll hang on to it. 15 on the clock for Coastal. They trail it by 4, 33-29. They'll start it with 7. Freeman drives left side, passes to Balinga, layup good. The 6-foot forward gets into the scoring. It's 33-31 as Madison passes in to Steele. Samaya dribbles around the pressure. Good screen at half court. Gives in the corner. This is Eisen. Now to Madison, top of the key. Give off to Bree Rhodes. Jumper from the free throw line. She nails it. Bree Rhodes hits it, and it's a 2-possession game once again, 35-31. Exactly what you wanted to see if you're the Gamecocks, as Richardson drives and responds in kind with a layup. 35-33. Rachel Johnson brings it up the floor. A perfect pass to Eisen, layup good, and a foul. I mean, that was a beautiful pass from Rachel Johnson. Crystal led right to the basket, makes the shot, bumped into after the play, and was knocked into the backboard, actually. So we take another look at that shot, and yeah, bumped into by Ari Balinga, rather. Foul was called on Hurston, who is behind her on the play. I thought it was more of a shoulder going into her by Balinga that was the foul, but evidently not. And one good from Crystal Asen, her first points of the day. 38-33. 2:22 until halftime. Gamecocks up by 5. Coastal Carolina looking for something. They'll get nothing this time too. Rachel Johnson with a steal. Over to Ison. Crystal. Bit too aggressive and throws it to the defense. She had Bree Rhodes open underneath, but threw it right to Richardson, who takes it coast to coast. No travel called, but she bumped into a defender and lost the ball. Back to the Cox. Over to Johnson, a 3. Well short, rebounded by Rhodes. Putback is in. Bree Rhodes starting to heat up. She's got 6 points here in the first half. And it's a 7-point lead for Jack State. Back to the shot of clears. Aaron Freeman will drive, kicking in the corner, a 3 for Barney. That one almost shot to Heflin, rebounded by Crystal Ison in the corner. Now Madison McCoy, she'll fake a 3 and drive, layup, blocked, but she's fouled. And Madison McCoy will head back to the free throw line.
Stepping to the line for Jack State, number 15, Madison McCoy.
Some more free throws for the senior and the transfer from Walters State College. A definite foul that time inside by the Chanticleers. Madison McCoy 2 for 2 at the line so far. Excuse me, 1 for 2 at the line. She hit a 3 earlier. She makes the first one. 41-33. Trying to make it a 9-point game with this one. And she's got it. 42-33 your score. McCoy with 6 points as Coastal Carolina gets it back. Aaron Freeman going up against Shaquise May. She lost the ball. Brooklyn McDaniel comes away with it. Gives it over to Bree Rhodes. Now to McCoy. Madison playing a good game. That was a steal though by May. Pass it in the corner, and it's tipped out. Elsie Harris was looking for McDaniel. Harris will toss it in here, the BC Rain High School alumni. First year as a Gamecock after starring in the JUCO ranks. Inside it goes to McDaniel. Brooklyn shot over the 6'4", stack is good. The biggest lead so far for Jack State, 44-33. Freeman outside, 3 ball, off the rim, rebounded by McDaniel. Brooklyn on her horse down the left side, gives to May in the corner. Shaquise, the sophomore, or rather junior from Atlanta, dribbles it out, gives to the baseline, now outside, a 3 for Elsie Harris. Got it! Another 12-0 scoring run for the Gamecocks, and they lead at 47-33. As the shot clock is off here in the first half. You talk about a massive second period for Jacksonville State. Barney's got it on the left wing. To the right side. A 3 at the horn, off the mark, and that does it for the second period. After an abysmal start, Jack State outscores Coastal Carolina 29-8. In the second period, and they lead it at the break 47-33. My goodness, what a turnaround by the red and white. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with some halftime stats and analysis. We'll talk about how that turnaround happened so quickly for Jack State. But here at the break, it's the Gamecocks 47, the Chanticleers 33 on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Back with you here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Halftime in Jacksonville. Jack State on top of Coastal Carolina, 47-33, outscoring the Chanticleers by 21 in that second period. They lead at the break by 14. Impressive second by the Gamecocks, and really overall not a bad first half whatsoever. Jack State in the second period, though, shot 11 of 16 from the field. That's almost 69%. Very nice. 3 of 4 from deep, so 75%. Hit 4 of their 5 free throws. Overall in the first half, the Gamecocks 58.1% from the field, or 18 of 31, 5 of 8 from deep, which is 63%, and hit 6 of their 7 free throws. The Chanticleers 10 of 18 in the first, just 3 of 13 in the second, only 23% from the field. And they finish overall in the first half 13 of 31. 41%, they hit a third of their threes, 3 of 9 from long range. Leading scorer in the first half for Jacksonville State with 8 points, Brooklyn McDaniel. Impressive first half for her, had a couple of rebounds, 1 assist and 1 steal as well for the sophomore forward. 6 points by Brianna Rhodes, also netted 3 rebounds and 1 assist. 6 points and 6 rebounds from Asia Barkley, on pace for a double-double again, 1 steal as well for the junior out of Anniston High School. 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist for Madison McCoy in the first half, and 5 points for Rachel Johnson, who had a layup and a three-pointer in the opening 20 minutes. 5 points as well for Elsie Harris. She actually drew a couple fouls in that first half also. And then 3 points on a made tray by Jazz Spencer. She had an assist. 3 points on a made tray by Kiera Griffin. She had 4 rebounds as well in the first half. No points from Shaquise May. She played just a minute and a half in that first half, but had some solid defense for the Gamecocks. For Coastal Carolina, the offense is run through Freeman and Richardson. Freeman with 12 points and 2 rebounds. Had 3 assists and 3 steals. What a start for Aaron Freeman. 11 points and 2 turnovers for Deasia Richardson in the first half. Conjay, Hurston, Ramsey, and Abram all with 2 points apiece. 4 rebounds for Ramsey. Gamecocks out-rebounding heavily in that first half, 23-11, allowing only 1 offensive rebound for Coastal Carolina in the first 20 minutes. Gamecocks with 1 block. Chanticleers with 1 block. Jack State with 24 points in the paint, 20 for the Chanticleers. The CCU bench with 3 more points than Jacksonville State's bench. They have more points off fast break, more points off turnovers, but the Gamecocks getting it done in the paint, and of course those 2 long scoring runs in the second helped out as well. A 15-0 scoring run to take the lead back, and then a 12-0 run to end the half to make it a 14-point difference here at the break, 47-33. Just about set to start the second half of play here at Pete Matthews Coliseum in Jacksonville. Gamecocks already out there. It will be Griffin, Harris, Asen, McDaniel, and Barkley for Coastal Carolina. I see Hurston out there. We'll have the rest momentarily. Freeman, Richardson, Ramsey. And there's one that I'm missing. I believe that might be Conjay. Inbounds pass goes to Freeman. They pass on the left wing to Richardson. The senior will drive, spin around floater, falls off the rim. It's rebounded by Crystal Ison. The junior guard takes it down the right side. She'll kick it on the wing to Elsie Harris. Harris spins, trying to attack, takes down low, layup is good. Count the basket and a foul, a chance for a 3-point play for Elsie Harris. 7 points now for the Mobile, Alabama native. And Elsie 2 for 2 to start at the line. You can make that 3 for 3. A 17-point lead for the Gamecocks, 50-33. Freeman drives for Coastal in the paint, falling down, throws it off the rim. It falls off the bottom of the rim and goes out of bounds, but hits a Gamecock on its way out. Freeman lost her footing and tumbled over that time, and you can tell she was trying to throw it up off the glass, but where she was, all it could do was hit off the bottom of the rim and shot straight back down off the leg of Asia Barkley. Inbounds pass goes to Richardson, long 2 off to the right, and caught by Brooklyn McDaniel. Sophomore hustling down the right side, takes it all the way and draws a foul. That'll be charged against Zaria Hurston. That'll be her first personal. Already team foul number 2 in this third quarter by Coastal Carolina. And a couple more free throws for Brooklyn McDaniel here, the second-year player out of Heflin. Was an all-region player in her days as a Lady Tiger. The free throw is in and out. Brooklyn with 8 points in the first half, 4 of 4 from the field, had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Very, very good start for the local product. Brooklyn hits the second one. 51-33, Jacksonville State on top. Back to the Chanticleers and Aaron Freeman. Passes in the corner. This is Hurston. She's trapped. Gives it off to Ramsey, the freshman. The Florida native kicks it back outside to Richardson. Freeman spinning at the elbow. Pressured by 2 defenders. She falls down again, and it goes to Asia this time. A 5-on-4 down the floor to Eisen. And Crystal lost it, dribbles it off Coastal, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Jack State as it took a fortunate bounce off the leg of Alancia Ramsey. Harris, the passer, just to the right of the goal, goes into Kiera Griffin. She'll fake a short 2 and retreat. To the top of the key she goes, over to Eisen, and she traveled. Crystal took that extra step, and possession goes to the Chanticleers. As they'll have a sub checking in, that'll be number 10, Delana Carter. Carter, the freshman from Barbers Hill High School in Texas. Back to Freeman, the floor general that has done it all today for Coastal Carolina. Carter gets it, the first-year player, over to Freeman. Freeman straight away, takes it just inside the arc, now backs up over to Richardson. DeAsia drives, layup, off the back of the rim, and caught by the Gamecocks, Brooklyn McDaniel. She'll take it past the timeline and set up shop on the left wing. B-Mac goes to the right side, loops around, gives in the corner. Crystal, a 3-ball, too much on it. And caught directly by Coastal. Goes all the way to Kanje. Now to Delana Carter. Coastal Carolina has not had success on offense since the first period, as they'll have a foul on the floor going against Asia Barkley. First team foul of the third period, charged against Jacksonville State. Inbounds pass almost stolen. Freeman pushing against Elsie Harris, and a foul called on Elsie. I think Elsie kind of overcompensated that time a bit too much, trying to go up against the push that she received. And as always, they're going to get the second effort. Might miss the first effort sometimes, but they'll get the second. And that is what sends Aaron Freeman back to the free throw line. She hit an and one earlier. Got 2 this time, and she misses the first one. Thought she made it. It was right down the middle, but too much on it. Hits off the back of the rim and bounces to the right. Freeman, the North Little Rock High School alum, puts it in the air. This one is sunken. It's good, and it's 51-34. Still a 17-point Gamecock lead. You know they're wanting to prove they can hang on to an advantage in this game after blowing a 22-point lead on Monday to College of Charleston. Looking for their 4th win of the season if they can hang on to this lead, but still a lot of time. Only about a quarter of the way through the third. Brooklyn McDaniel puts up a 3, in and out, and rebounded by the Chanticleers. Aaron Freeman comes out of the scuffle with it. Gives in the corner, wide open 3 for Carter, and the freshman makes him pay. 51-37. Delana Carter open, her first make of the day. 14-point game, almost a steal. Elsie Harris gets it. Now it's stripped over to Eisen. They pass it to Kiera Griffin, the 4th-year starter, the senior playing in her 96th game as a Gamecock. Floater from Elsie Harris. Caught at the baseline. It's rebounded by Coastal. Richardson comes away with it. Gamecocks have not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Aaron Freeman gets around a screen. 15 on the shot clock. Drives inside, layup good. Hit it high off the backboard. It rolls in, and it's 51-39. Jack State still leading, but Coastal Carolina getting a few scores in a row here. Griffin passes to Elsie Harris. Redshirt junior goes to Griffin, now back to Elsie on the wing. Kiera open on the right side. She'll try her dice at a three, and it's just off to the left. And a foul on the Gamecocks going for the rebound. That one going against Brooklyn McDaniel. 6:10 to go in the third period, 51-39 Gamecocks. Griffin checks out, as does Elsie Harris. Asia Barkley in, Madison McCoy in. Rather, Barkley was already in. The new sub is Samaya Steele. Freeman drives it down, gives off to Carter, and a travel. Pretty easy to see that one. And the freshman taps herself, says that's my bad. Samaya Steele gets the inbound, over to McDaniel, now back to the point guard out of Meridianville, Alabama. Samaya standing at the E of the Gamecock logo at midcourt. It's a screen from Asia Barkley. Moves to the left, passes to a cutting Madison McCoy. And a foul down low as they tried to find Asia Barkley. That's on Kanjay. Third personal on Michaela Kanjay. They'll have a sub. She checks out, and the freshman Ramsey's back in. For the Gamecocks, something we talked about in pregame, undefeated at home this season, 2-0 coming in and leading by 12 as a layup is off the mark from Asia Barkley. Rebounded by Coastal Carolina, Aaron Freeman gets it. On the other end, she'll pass it to Zaria Hurston. Hurston just inside the arc at the Cooper Chevrolet logo. In the corner, back to Freeman, driving against McDaniel. Top of the key, Hurston jumps in the lane, jumper off to the right. Offensive rebound by Richardson and thrown off a Gamecock out of bounds. That was a heady play by DeAsia Richardson. And now Bree Rhodes will come in for the first time here in the second half to replace Asia Barkley. Got to commend Asia. She has played a very good game, getting her first start of her career at Jack State. Bree Rhodes battling a lower leg injury. It's good to know that if the Gamecocks need it, that Barkley can give them some solid minutes as a starter. Coastal gives down low to the freshman Ramsey. Shot over Rhodes, no good, and a very late foul is called. My goodness, they waited till that ball had fallen off the rim to call the foul on Rhodes. Goodness gracious. Come on now. Sends Ramsey back to the line. Trying to add to this 6-0 run for Coastal. They trail it by 12. Ramsey with 2 points in this game. First time at the free throw line, and she misses it. We talked a lot about her. She's had a good game. The first-year player out of Delray Beach, Florida. 24-38 at the line this year, which is right around 63%. Second one she got. And it's an 11-point game, 51-40. Nobody coming open on the inbound. Finally, McCoy finds McDaniel. Passed back to Madison. She'll be the one to get it past half court. Hands it off to Samaya Steele, the point guard. McCoy drives down the center. She'll spin in the lane. Layup no good. No foul called. Rebounded by McDaniel, and she'll draw a foul. BMAC with a chance to add to this advantage. And finally in this scoring run. But first, we'll head to the media timeout. 4:47 to go here in the third. Jack State leads at 51-40. Stay with us here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Back with you out of the media timeout. The first free throw from Brooklyn McDaniel is up and short. Logan Maddox with you here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. A 51-40 lead for Jack State as they host Coastal Carolina out of the Sun Belt Conference. Second one in and out from B-Mac. Usually automatic at the line. She's 0 for 2 that time. And here's Freeman. Takes it on the other end. She has been all over the floor on offense for Coastal. To Deasia Richardson, who's played some solid defense, has scored well also. Gets it on the left side. 10 to go on the clock. Runner is missed. Rebounded by Bree Rhodes. Tipped by Coastal, but right to Madison McCoy in the corner. Maddie takes it down the far side. She'll cross over at half court. Takes it up. Lays it in. Count the basket and a foul. Foul on Delana Carter. What a play by Maddie McCoy.
Basket good by Madison McCoy. She's at the line for one.
Senior takes it coast to coast and finishes it through a foul. 53-40, trying to make it a 14-point game here. McCoy with 8 points in the game. She's 3 of 4 at the line. Stoppage of play here as it looks like Coastal is going to make a sub. Barney checks in for Hurston. Anaya Barney, 5'10" redshirt sophomore, listed as a guard. Free throw from McCoy off to the right, didn't get it. Coastal will still trail by 13 after that great play. Freeman's got it on the left wing, driving against Rachel Johnson, and it's blocked by Bree Rhodes. Ahead to Samaya Steele. A 3-on-2 in the corner to Crystal Eisen. Across the floor, wide open, Maddie got it! Maddie drains a 3 from the key, and it's 56-40. This one quickly becoming the Madison McCoy game. A career high 11 points for the senior out of Knoxville. Coastal, step back 2, got it. And they respond in kind from Aberrant. 56-42 with 3:28 to go in the third. Samaya Steele standing in front of the scorer's table. Comes back near side to Rachel Johnson in the corner to McCoy. No heat check. She'll give it off to Bree Rhodes. Now to Samaya straight away. 9 on the shot clock. Steele drives in. The sophomore double team. Gives back over to McCoy. 4 on the clock. She'll spin, lay it up, got it. I'm not sure where this is coming from, but I'm glad it's here. Madison McCoy is on fire, and she gets a steal on the other end, throws it down to a wide open Johnson, and the layup's good. 60-42. Where did this team come from? 2:40 to play in the third. Long 2 from Aberrant, well short, caught by Crystal Eisen. And the Gamecocks continuing to press down on the accelerator. Crystal throws it out, but right to Ashana Clear. Intercepted by Deasia Richardson. Has a 3-on-1, and she draws a shooting foul. Gamecocks have hit their last 4 shots, several of those coming from Madison McCoy. They're showing the replay of that layup by Rachel Johnson. I mean, it was a beautiful steal on the opposite end by Madison, and I mean, she just heaved it up there to Rachel Johnson perfectly in stride, and all smiles from the senior McCoy as she checks out. A player that's a big leader on this team, has, you know, always played solid defense. She's not a main scorer on this team, but you wouldn't know that if you just watched this game. Having a great performance. McCoy has earned a breather. Both of them true from Richardson. 60-44 your score with 2:22 to go in the third. Samaya Steele receives the inbound. Screen at the top of the key from Rhodes, rather. Samaya tries a tray. It's a bit short. Rebounded by Kiera Griffin. Senior out of Birmingham. hangs on to it, now passes to Steele. Under 2 to go in the third. Samaya drives the left side of the lane, gets around the defender, doesn't hit the layup though, and it's rebounded by Coastal. Richardson, pressured, tipped and stolen. Samaya with a steal, it goes to Rhodes. 3 on 2, here's Bree, and she has it rejected out of bounds. Ran right into Anaya Barney, who was sent into the cameraman. Watch out, Josh Underwood. Minute 39 to go here in the third, a 16-point lead for the Gamecocks. Here at home, trying to stay undefeated in Jacksonville this year. Steele gives it into Kiera Griffin. Drives, fakes out the defender, shot off the backboard, that is money. Barney went flying down. 5-point day for Kiera. Barney's got it on the other end at the elbow, gives off to Abram, and she's blocked by Griffin. Have yourself a quarter, Kiera Griffin. Minute 10 and ticking here in quarter number 3. Jack State up by 18. Trying to make it a 20-piece lead. Griffin driving the right side and lost it out of bounds. Goes over to the Chanticleers. Jacksonville State, one of 2 Conference USA teams playing today. Middle Tennessee taking care of Stephen F. Austin. They are at the second quarter media timeout. It's all Blue Raiders up in Murfreesboro, 32-8. They lead the Lumberjacks. Delana Carter hands it off, top of the key to Richardson. They go left side to Hurston. 48 to go in the third. Ramsey over to Abram. Jumper from the free throw line, banks in. 62-46, about a 4-second difference between the shot and game clocks, and it's tipped out by Coastal. 31.5 to go, and the shot clock still at 30, so Gamecocks will throw it in. There will be about a second difference. Kiera passes it in to Elsie Harris. Brings it up past the timeline. Gamecocks could hold off for a last-second shot, or they could do it a little bit quicker and chance Coastal getting an opportunity. Asia Barkley's getting on the right wing. Back over to Harris straight away. Teammates moving around. They give it to an open Kiera Griffin. 3 goes in and out, rebounded by Coastal. They'll have a chance. Ahead to Delana Carter. 2 seconds on the clock. A heave at the horn. Off the rim by Tiara Avery. And that does it for 3 quarters of play. Jacksonville State leads it 62-46. Madison McCoy already a career high in points scored. It's been an entertaining game. Several players standing up. But can they hang on for a tight finish? We'll find out as we head to the fourth. Jacksonville State 62, Coastal Carolina 46. Here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Stay with us. Gamecock ball as we move to the fourth period of play here at Pete Matthews Coliseum in Jacksonville. 62-46 lead for the home team in this non-conference matchup. Asia Barkley takes it to the right side of the lane, and she is fouled. Barkley with a chance to do some damage at the line, just 15 seconds into the quarter.
That's the first team foul here in the fourth quarter. Stepping to the line for Gamecocks.
And a quick first team foul by the Chanticleers. Asia to the line, the junior out of Anniston who spent a couple years at Shelton State. Free throw is good. As a junior, she led the Lady Bulldogs to their first state championship victory. Had many big performances in this gym in her prep career, and after starring out in Tuscaloosa for the Lady Bucks, earned a scholarship to Jack State. Got the first one. Asia gets both of them. Barkley with 8 points, and it's an 18-point game, 64-46. Chanticleers give it off to Richardson on the right wing. Spins away from Barkley, gives outside to Hurston. Zaria Hurston fakes 2 drives. Now she'll pass it away to Delana Carter. A 3, top of the key, up and in for Coastal. That was Kanje, who's had a bit of a quiet game. Just 5 points. Jazz Spencer gets the inbounds pass. Gives off to Kiara Griffin, who breaks the press. They tried to sell for a charge, nothing called. Over to Elsie Harris. Down to an open Jazz Spencer. Way too much on the 3. Good job getting the offensive board by Johnson. Rachel passes to Kiera, and she is going to draw a foul. Another shooting foul, another trip to the line for the Gamecocks. 64-49 your score, under 9 to go in this ball game, as Coastal is going to make a couple subs, I believe. Looks like we'll see number 21 checking, or rather number 32, Ramsey, coming back in. That was a sub. Kanje takes a break. Deasia Richardson just to the right of the key, goes down low and tipped out of bounds by the Gamecocks. Nearly intercepted by Kiara Griffin, and I think she's feeling the worst of it as she and Asia Barkley collided. Was holding on to her right hand, but she appears to be okay now. Richardson bounces it into Ramsey. No room against Barkley. Somehow gets a shot off, but it's no good. And out of bounds off of Jack State again. 8:36 to go. Coastal looking to avoid falling back below 500. 3 ball in the corner. Richardson short, rebounded by Rachel Johnson. Now she's trying to pull away. She'll slow down. Now pass ahead to Kiara Griffin. Layup good. And a foul at the end. That is a strong play by Kiara. You know you're going to get fouled by the big Alancia. Ramsey goes inside, doesn't matter. Makes the shot off the glass. It's 66-49. They actually get that foul on Zaria Hurston instead. 17-point lead, looking to make it back to an 18-point game. And she will. Griffin with 8 points now. Her first free throw is good. 8 points and 5 rebounds for the senior out of Ramsey High School in Metro Birmingham. Richardson cuts across to the left side. She'll drive in, and a foul is called on the floor. Issued against Elsie Harris. Quick second team foul here in the fourth, and second personal on the guard. Go into Kanje, drives in, layup good. Coastal makes that possession quick, and it's 67-51. Jasmine Spencer looping around, has it knocked out of her hands, and it's off of her evidently. I never saw it make contact with her. And Spencer will check out. Jazz could not believe it. 7:55 to go, and Coastal slowly but surely trying to claw back and hang in this game. Carter gives to Kanje straight away. Aaron Freeman, who started hot but hasn't done much of late. Jumper off the rim. Yanked down by Kiera Griffin. A sea of teal, and somehow Kiera gets the board. Takes it on the other end, drives against Kanje, layup, banks in off the glass. 69-51. Carter spins on the other end, and she's fouled. Yanked down at the end of the play, kind of pulled down by her arm, if you will, and they will get Asia Barkley on the foul. Second on her. That is the third team foul on Jack State, though, with 7:20 left in the fourth. Now, of course, as you heard Mr. Williams, it's Chick-fil-A foul shots here. If Carter misses both, we're getting some free stuff from CFA. First one's off to the right. If she misses this one, we get some free nuggets. Everybody in attendance. Delana Carter. Her second free throw attempt is good. No nuggets that time. It's 69-52. Madison McCoy tosses it in, back to Maddie. After Johnson had it momentarily. Harris gets across half court. She will drive it down the floor, and she's going out of bounds. Petrie says, you got to call a foul on that, as her arm was chopped. He's still letting the official hear it. Coastal basketball, 7:07 to go. It's been a lot of stoppages here in the fourth. A lot of whistles. Kanje down low, spins again, and another foul. This one away from the play. And Petrie is in disbelief right now, screaming, no way. They give the inbound pass to Richardson. She buries the jumper. It's 69-54. Madison McCoy throws it out of bounds on the inbound pass. It was too high for Crystal Eisen. And it goes out. It's right back to the Chanticleers with 6:49 to go. Aaron Freeman's got it for CCU. Goes to the right wing. She'll stop there. Sidesteps, tries a three. Off the rim, or off the backboard rather. Caught by Brianna Rhodes. Tossed back to McCoy. Passing half court, Elsie Harris. Carter with her step for step. Elsie, top of the key to Madison McCoy. Ducks down low, gives to Bree Rhodes. Bree drives, layup, rolls in, and she's fouled. An acrobatic layup by Brianna Rhodes, lays it in. Spun it as she got around Ramsey. Free throw no good. It's a 17-point game, 71-54. Coastal's got it. They haven't moved it within the perimeter yet. Now they go down low to Kanje, and she hits a layup. Michaela Kanje heating up. She's got 9 points. Here is Crystal Eisen driving the baseline, gives in the corner. Three ball from Elsie. She got it. Harris in double figure scoring, 74-56 now. Kanje fakes a three. She'll move to her right, give off to Carter. Tries a three in response. Might have forced it. Offensive board over to Freeman. Layup no good. Ball on the floor. Carter comes away with it, and she throws it out of bounds. Tried to draw a foul unsuccessfully. Nothing was called, and with 5:17 to go in the game, Jacksonville State leads by 18, getting the ball back. Madison will toss it in for Jack State. McCoy, the 6-foot forward. Career high 13 points today. Throws it to the Chanticleers. Richardson gets it. DeAsia drives inside. She's fouled by McCoy, and that'll put the Chanticleers in the bonus for the final 5 minutes of this game. First on McCoy, but the 5th team foul. Samaya will come in for Elsie Harris. Some more Chick-fil-A foul shots, but you got DeAsia Richardson at the line, who's a perfect 3 for 3 on free throws. She's got 15 points. And she puts a quick end to the foul shot promotion. She makes the first one. It's 74-57. Richardson gets both. She makes it a 16-point difference, 74-58, Gamecocks. Ahead to Crystal Ison, 2-on-4. She takes the shot anyway and makes the layup. Nice play, nice decision by Ison. Had the open look on a layup, 76-58. Richardson Euro stepped. They called a foul on that. She makes the shot. I thought it was a travel. Count the basket and a foul, I guess. It's 76-60, and when we come back, she'll have another free throw. Media timeout, 4th quarter, 4:48 to go. Gamecocks lead at 76-60. It's a 16-point lead for Jacksonville State as we come back to play. 4:48 to go in this game. We've got Santa
In the bleachers, a man with a white beard and a Santa hat. So glad to see he can make it out. The free throw is up and good to complete the three-point play for Deasia Richardson. It's a 15-point game and a steal for Coastal Carolina. They get it on the inbound outside Hurston. Three ball, in and out. Tipped and controlled by Madison McCoy for Jack State. And another steal nearly as Delana Carter has it tipped out. McCoy trying to calm down her teammates. Looks at them and says chill. Tosses it in to Brianna Rhodes this time. Now back to McCoy. Madison is fouled definitely by Aaron Freeman, who pretty clearly grabbed her arm that time. 4:32 to go. It's a 15-point game. Jack State looking to hang on and get what would be their biggest win of the season without a doubt. Inbounds pass goes to Samaya Steele. Breaks it up past half court. Over to McCoy. Now to Samaya. They're going to slow down the pace of this game, as you would expect, with a double-digit lead here in the second half of the fourth. McCoy. Top man-to-man defense from Freeman. She'll drive inside. Layup no good with 7 on the shot clock. Down the floor go the shot of clears. Richardson called for a charge. Crystal Icing got her feet set. Heck of a play by the junior. It's back to Jack State with 4:04 to go. And show the replay of that on the arena scoreboard. Yeah, definitely a charge that time. Steele receives the inbound pass, and a bump called about a quarter of the way up the floor on Abron. First foul on Abron. That puts Jack State in the bonus. So both teams in the bonus will have free throws the rest of the way with 3:59 left. And Samaya Steele heading to the free throw line here. The former Hazel Green High School star that was a 2-time Miss Basketball here in the state of Alabama. First one off the rim and to the right. It will stay a 15-point game for the time being. Samaya with 2 points in this ball game. This is her first trip to the line, and she got the second one. 77-61. Zaria Freeman, Aaron Freeman, over to Deasia Richardson. And Richardson draws a block this time. That one looked a lot more of a clear charge than the previous one. That's what Petrie is saying. He said that's a charge all day long, and I completely agree with him. Kevin Patterson kind of looking on. I don't know if he said anything to the official after the play or not. Free throw from Richardson, good. No foul shots this time. It's 77-62. Gamecocks on top, under 4 to go. Richardson hits both. She's got 21 points now. Excuse me, 22. Samaya going against Freeman, double team, passes ahead to Madison McCoy, who has it ripped at. She'll advance it to the wing, and it's knocked out of bounds. No, she stepped out of bounds, made contact with Aaron Freeman, who's still laying on the floor. We hope that she's going to be okay. That is the downside of playing this tight man-man defense that they've been doing. Is eventually you're going to catch an elbow in the face, and not intentional, of course. And I mean, regardless of that, we hope that Freeman's going to be okay. But you understand that with the tough style of play that Coastal Carolina has, eventually somebody's going to catch an elbow like that, as she is going to tough it out and stay in the game. That is a trooper. Aaron Freeman's had a good game. 15 points on offense, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. She again is going to tough it out, stay in this matchup. Takes us to a timeout. We're going to see who has possession when we come back. 3:40 to go, a 14-point lead for the Gamecocks at home. Jacksonville State leads 77-63 as Coastal Carolina checks it into Delana Carter. Aaron Freeman passes half court. Drives against Rachel Johnson. Shot off the glass. Misses off the rim. Rebounded by Brianna Rhodes. To Madison McCoy and out of Samaya Steele. Dribbling around and ahead to Crystal Eisen. 2-on-2. Layup no good, but she's fouled with 3:13 to go. Gamecocks, I mean, you know what's at stake here, trying to get back a little bit closer to 500. The good news is the next two games you've got coming up are against teams you should be favored versus. UT Arlington heading into, I think this past weekend, had one win on the year. We'll see them on Tuesday here at the Pete. And then South Carolina State, a team that Jack State has historically dominated, will make the trip 10 days later on December 29th. You're looking at, you know, win these last three, assuming that you hold on in this one, pick up wins against the Lady Mavs and Lady Bulldogs. You could be 6-6 heading into conference play on January 6th at FIU. You'd absolutely take that. Coastal Carolina down by 16 after some free throws, and then they get a layup of their own. Zaria Hurston makes it 79-65, and Madison McCoy dribbles it out of bounds off her foot. 2:54 left, and Maddie checks out. Kiera Griffin comes in. Chanticleer basketball. Under 3 to go. Still down big. They give it in to Freeman. Junior guard out of Arkansas. Takes it to the left side. Gives to Richardson. Thought of a shot, then thought better of it. She'll drive inside. Layup missed. And another big rebound for Rhodes. Brianna gives ahead to Samaya Steele. Samaya attacks. And a ball lost out of bounds off Coastal. And Richardson pleading her case, trying to say that's a foul, a charge, but didn't get it. She went barreling right into Richardson, did Steele. Samaya gives it in to Kiera Griffin underneath the basket, misses an easy layup and out of bounds off Coastal. 2:29 to go. Sub checking in for them. That will be Kanjay coming back in for Auburn. 14-point game, 2.5 left. Samaya tosses it in, overhead pass to Kiera. The right side to Steele. The 5'5" guard. Trying to get around the defender, does so, but gets it to the left wing, passes tipped. They'll pick it up in the backcourt, and then she's fouled, nothing called. Samaya gets it over to Griffin. 2:10 to go, and the shot didn't get off in time. Now Petrie is trying to say it was tipped. Why did the shot clock not reset? How did the shot clock not reset? Come on now. What are we doing? 2:06 to go. Richardson on the wing to Kanjay. Drives inside and a foul. Foul on Rhodes. 2 free throws the rest of the way on every foul. Brianna with what is her 4th personal. Harris in, Steele out. And Kanjay heads to the line. Kanjay first trip to the line, some more foul shots here late. Missed the first one, in and out. Kanjay, a 70% free throw shooter this year. She got the second one. Darn. 79-66. 1:59 to go. And Coastal pressing on the inbound. Griffin looking to toss it in. Nobody open. Gives it in at the last moment to Asen, and she lost it out of bounds. Asen turns it over underneath the basket for Coastal. Gamecocks killing it rebounding-wise, 44-27. Just saw that stat. Great leading pass. Freeman hits a wide-open layup. 79-68. It's an 11-point game. Elsie Harris down the floor. Crystal Ison passes half court. Dribbles behind her back. Almost lost it. She's triple-teamed. Throws it over to Harris. Elsie comes near side with the ball, gets around a screen, gives in the corner, three from Johnson, off the rim, rebounded by Coastal. Minute and a half to go. They trail by 11, do the shot of clears. Delana Carter standing beyond the arc. Screen from Hurston, passes to Kanjay. Drives to the right, drives inside, layup short, rebounded by Griffin. Kiera with the board, and here come the Gamecocks down the floor. Open lane down the middle. Kiera lays it off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Ison, put back no good, and a foul called at the end.
Foul number 23, Hurston of Coastal.
That should just about do this if the Gamecocks can hit these free throws. 58 seconds left and up double digits. Crystal Ison to the line. Hasn't been her biggest game, but you look up, she still scored 7. Make that 8 as she hits the first free throw. She's 4 of 4 from the line. Averages a team high 9.1 per game. And she's at 9 points. It's all in all Crystal doing what she's done all season production-wise. The Gamecocks lead it 81-68. Ball stripped at down low, ball on the floor, and Brooklyn McDaniel gets tied up for a jump ball. It stays with CCU, but Jack State still fighting defensively with 9 ticks left. Kanji gets the inbounds pass, drives against Rhodes, and she's fouled.
Foul is on number 10, Brianna Rhodes for Jack State. That's her 5th personal foul.
5th foul on Brianna Rhodes, and she'll have to check out, but a good day of work for the junior out of Montgomery. Solid job in this game, and Gamecocks wouldn't be in this position without her efforts. She fouls out 8 points, 8 rebounds today.
At the line for Coastal, number 21, Michaela Conjay for Chick-fil-A, 5 shots.
Free throw is good from Kanjay. 81-69. Got both of them, and it's an 11-point game with 43 seconds left. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this broadcast with you on this Sunday afternoon. It's been a doozy of a game as Crystal Ison tries to call time, and Petrie gets it in. She was tripped up coming up the floor with 38 seconds left. Jack State calls time. We'll take one last timeout to catch our breath. Gamecocks up 11, 81-70. Back with you on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Kiera Griffin gets the inbounds pass. She takes it past half court and is fouled. 34 seconds left. Coastal still fouling, but this one is all but over. 81-70. And looking to add to it with Kiera Griffin at the line. 10 points in the game for Kiera. She ups it to 11 with that free throw. Four-year starter for the Gamecocks. Only the second time she scored in double figures this year. The last was at Alabama State. She had 12 then. She has 12 today. As she's 2 for 2 at the line, it's now 83-70. And timeout taken again on the floor. Another reminder that Jack State basketball is coming your way again on Tuesday night here at the Pete. Jack State welcoming UT Arlington out of the WAC here to Jacksonville, Alabama. It's part of that CUSA WAC scheduling initiative that sent Jacksonville State to Utah Tech earlier in the year. Instead of hitting the road again, they will host UT Arlington the second time around. It'll start at 6:30 p.m. If you can't make it out, you can catch all the action on ESPN Plus and here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Gamecocks will round out non-conference play on the 29th at home versus South Carolina State, also at 6:30 p.m. 34.1 ticks of the clock left. As Deasia Richardson set to pass it for Coastal. Gives it into Freeman. Picks up the dribble, goes right side, drives down low, gives to Kanje, layup's good. 83-72. And a foul, no, timeout taken by Petrie, and he's going to advance it up the floor. 28.2 seconds left, the shot clock is off. Gamecocks have hit 18 free throws in this game. They've sunk in 7 threes, hit 51% of their shots, and out-rebounded Coastal 46-28. I'd say that's a pretty good day's work. Big bounce back for Monday's, deflating loss to College of Charleston. You wonder how a team could bounce back so quickly after a touch loss. You're up 22 points on the road against a really good team, and you somehow blow that lead. You lose by double digits. But you return home. It's a rejuvenated feeling here at the Pete. A pretty good crowd on this Sunday afternoon. And showing out in front of those fans. Getting a big win. The biggest of the year if you can close this out. So they give it into Kiera Griffin over to Elsie Harris. She'll dribble out some clock and get fouled with 23 seconds left.
Going to the line for Jack State, number 5, Elsie Harris.
Elsie Harris will head to the line, try to pad some stats here. She's 3 for 3 at the line. Add to this 11-point advantage. Free throw, no good, off the rim. Second free throw from Elsie is good. 12-point game, 84-72. 23.5 left. Goes into Aaron Freeman. He needs some points and fast for Coastal. Deasia Richardson tries a three. It's way off the mark. Rebounded by Shaquise May, and that should do it. Gamecocks pass half court. Shaquise dribbles it around, and that closes up a big, big W. Jacksonville State wins at home.
Final score, ladies and gentlemen, the Jack State Gamecocks 84, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers 72.
Jack State knocks off the Chanticleers at Coastal Carolina 84-72. A memorable game, one we won't forget all season and for some time, as Jack State defeats Coastal Carolina by a dozen at home. And we'll hear from head coach Rick Petrie right about now as he makes his way to our broadcast table here at the Pete. Joined now by head coach Rick Petrie. Coach, a big win after coming off a tough loss on Monday. What was your message to the team this week?
Well, we had to demonstrate that we could fight for two halves. And, I think we definitely, on Monday, we fought for no doubt, and we wanted it more in the first half. But in the second half, they wanted it a whole lot more than we did at College of Charleston. So today, the first quarter, first couple minutes, we got off to a good start, and they just punched us in the face. We gave up 25 points in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, the group we had in really stepped it up on the defensive end, finished baskets, made plays. And, we had a 14-point lead at halftime. But, we'd seen this movie before. So we talked about that at halftime, that we had to fight for the next half and wanted more in the next half. And I think for the most part, we did. There were some bad just segments, but for the most part, we were able to weather the storm and put ourselves in a position to win it. So our kids deserve a lot of credit for that.
Yes, sir. 3 players scoring double figures, but Madison McCoy, a career-high 13 points. What could you say about her performance today?
She was outstanding. And in the second quarter, when we made that run in the second quarter, she was huge in that. She did some great things for us. She made plays for us today, hit open shots. But we don't win this thing. Like you said, she had 13, right? We won by 12. She was, if you look at it that way, she's the difference in the game.
Yes, sir. Quick turnaround for the next game, hosting UT Arlington on Tuesday. What's the biggest challenge with such a quick turnaround?
The fact that it is such a quick turnaround, that we only have a one-day prep. But listen, if our team, if we have to move because our football team's at a bowl game, we'll be happy to do it again. So, but it is a quick turnaround. We have one day. We need to get some rest, and then get all the work done in one day. And listen, this is a competent group that was in the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. So we've got work to do. We can't assume anything. We got work to do and try to find a way to win a game before we go home for the holiday.
Coach, congrats on the win, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That was, again, head coach Rick Petrie of the Gamecocks. A massive win tonight as Jack State knocks off Coastal Carolina, their biggest win of the season, 84-72. Looking at some of the final stats of this matchup, again, Madison McCoy, a career-high 13 points, 4 rebounds. Player of the game, without a doubt, for Jack State. 12 points for Kiara Griffin, added 7 rebounds. Elsie Harris had 12 points on 3 of 5 shooting as well, knocked down 2 trays and 4 free throws. Crystal Asen, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Brooklyn McDaniel finished with 9 points and 5 boards. Asia Barkley with 8 points and 7 rebounds. Brianna Rhodes, 8 points and 8 rebounds. 7 points for Rachel Johnson off the bench, a made 3 from Jazz Spencer, and 3 points from Samaya Steele. And a rebound for Shaquise May as she came in and played just 2 minutes in the victory. 3 players in double figures for Coastal as well, 22 points and 2 rebounds for DeAsia Richardson, 17 points and 6 boards, 5 assists for Aaron Freeman, and 12 points and 5 rebounds for Michaela Kanje, but just not enough as Coastal Carolina cannot get it done. 84-72, Jack State outshot them 51% to 38% from the field and out-rebounded the Chanticleers tonight, 47-28. All wraps together for an 84-72 win at home. Jack State takes it by a dozen here at the Pete. That'll do it for us on the Gamecock Sports Network. Big second period propels Jack State to their biggest win of the year. We'll see you on Tuesday night. Jack State welcoming UT Arlington to the Pete for the first ever meeting between the two sides. For everybody with Jacksonville State Athletics and everybody with JSU Women's Basketball, I'm Logan Maddox signing off. Have a great rest of your weekend. Your final score, Jacksonville State wins it, 84-72.